morning and what's going on, my friends? Welcome to another Subie Shades video with me on a beautiful day. Hashtag Teamallblade and hashtag Nobladeleftbehind. Come on in, throw me a Subie smile, and all I've got to say is squad goals. Thank you so much for being here, for clicking into our video, and for joining me. Hopefully wherever you're sitting today, you're drinking something delicious and you're sitting out in a comfy chair. Will it on in and welcome. I hope you're ready for a shave. I know I am. Today we're going to be talking about stuff that I'm really excited about. I just got sent by Andy over at the wet shaving store, Jerry Plessis, the Shave Dad, and Strike Gold Shaving. We got Commando here. I'm super excited to be using this, showcasing it, and doing a small little review on this product that is going to be releasing here very shortly on Friday. I think it's a beautiful scent. It comes off of La Beau Santal 33, right? That's what it's based on. But the true homage, the reason why they're doing the toys here, and every product will ship with actual Commando Man. The reason why is because they wanted to kind of play tribute to kids playing with their toys, right? Being a kid playing with your toys, coming out of the toy box, right? I strongly believe you get old when you stop playing. So this again is a scent that I like, I enjoy, and I do like the concept, right? I'm still playing. I'm still playing, and I believe everybody should, right? Awesome scent, again, in collaboration with the three of them, and a massive thanks and huge shout out to them for sending it our way and letting us do the review. Oh, it's going to be awesome. Again, we'll have a discussion a little later on about the product, about it being released, and some of the scent notes. But if you are curious and you want to know more information about the Shave Dad, we'll have that link down below. Let's talk about the razor. We're going to be using the proof razor. We're using this again. I have a lot of interest, a lot of comments, and I wanted to kind of address some of the comments and feedback and questions I got with the razor, providing as much information as I have. Keep in mind, this is still a pre-release product, right? It's not actually been sold, or it's not live. So things are still moving and parts are still being created, but I'm really excited. We're going to talk about it today and shave with it. We've got 24 hours, so we're going to go super light on the stubble just to see how it performs with some Derby premium blades. And the reason why is because, again, I'm getting a bunch of performance out of the razor and a bunch of aggressiveness out of the razor that I didn't get out of the original one. I have some reasoning and thoughts behind why that may be the case, and I'm excited to share them today with you. Oh, it's going to be fantastic. The actual scent behind the Santal 33, right? La Beau Santal 33 is unique. It's fascinating. It's whimsical to me. It's light. It's supposed to inspire being in the Midwest, in the mid-plains, right? You have a fire, and then you have the night sky, and all those scents that kind of play together. You have violet, you have iris, and then it kind of intermixes with this like leather and like a woody note that's slightly, just ever slightly darker and smoky, right? You get that smoky tone, and then you get amber and leather that come in at the end as the base. The amber leather, I think, really helps lift the whole scent. But I've got to be honest, this is something like I've never smelled before. I was going through and I was like trying to compare it to other scents I own, right? I'm going tub to tub to tub. It's interesting. It's unique. It's one of those ones you want to leave out and just kind of smell over and over and over again, because you always get something different out of it. Again, beautiful scent that they've chosen to go with, and I love the label. The label absolutely slaps. It brought a smile to my face, and I love that each one is going to ship, right? Each product is going to ship with an army man. That's awesome. The actual EDP, I want to call this out, is going to go towards, like, the proceeds are going towards Andy. So I think that's awesome. It has a great message behind that, and I really love the actual product scent. I think it smells great. So the EDT may be worth picking up, and that's going to be over at Strike Gold Shaving. That's only at Strike Gold Shaving. The lather today, we whipped up in our Phoenix Dreamscape Scuttle. Absolutely beautifully. It just whipped up so nice, thick and shiny. I've never used Strike Gold shaving product before. I want to be very clear about this. I have never used it, so I was super curious how it would perform. I got some severe performance. I got great performance out of it. So you can just see it's thick and hydrated. It was really easy to hydrate, honestly. I was surprised with the amount of performance I got and the ease of this base. Look at this stuff. No dairy product in there. No dairy product whatsoever. And it smells so interesting. Really, really cool product. Really cool design. And I like the idea behind the actual scent. Let's grab our razor today. We're, like I said, shaving on 24 hours to show and see how it does with Derby Premium Blacks in the proof razor. Now, everybody's been asking me like nonstop. It has been crazy how the razor performs compared to the other one. We're still not doing that. Today, we're going to use a mild blade with some actual artisan shave soap to show that the razor doesn't, get sucked down. We don't lose the cap. That it has the performance that we want. And on top of that, we're using mild blade. So one of the biggest problems with the early iteration of this razor is that it did not shave with anything but an aggressive blade, right? You had to be feather, you had to be persona, lab blues, you had to have some Israeli reds, you had to have something that had some kick to it in order to get it to shave. Well, what they've done is, I just talked to them, I was very curious. They've made it so that the razor starts at a more shallow angle. So you have to actually pivot in before the razor actually is at its stock position before, like, you know, the old one. So like you get this much more degree of angle of shaving before it actually is like the old one. So you're actually getting a more, like, it has more range to it, if that makes sense. When you also have a more uniform pressure point, right? As the magnets get closer together, you get more pressure, but at the top you have a light amount, very little pressure, whereas this is going to be uniform. So you have to actually uniform press and then get it there before it even shaves similarly to the original. So I want to clarify, call that out. It is more aggressive for me and more efficient, even though they have not actually changed blade gap or exposure. The actual dimensions of the razor, right? The actual angle of the razor has not changed as far as this angle. What has changed is the angle that it starts on. And I want to call that out. So we're going to do some shaving today. I had no problems with this on my dome, but let's do some mild blades with some fantastic, thick, very protective artisan shave soap from Strike Gold and see how it does. Again, 24 hours. You guys see that? Take a look. That right there is what a lot of people were saying they wanted to see from the original. And the original razor for me, I just want to call this out. I know a lot of people said it was the razor they couldn't use. They didn't like the shave from it, couldn't enjoy it. I love the original one. So, and maybe it's just me, right? I know that there's people out there like me that have mentioned they like it. And there are other people out there that say that they can't imagine anybody liking it. I really enjoy the razor. Now, another thing that the creators of the design mentioned to me is that the actual cap, right, is very fascinating. The amount of work and energy they've put into creating and designing this the scallop portion of things. You can start with the scallop going higher, deeper, shorter, longer, wider, not as wide. They've done a lot of work and iterations to make this shave the way it is using these scalloped caps. And they did tell me that they are still, like, you know, considering doing some other differentiation, different, you know, things. They're still kind of playing around with it. But as is, the way that the scallop works is it actually goes to nothing towards the base of the cap. So what you do is you get your skin slightly closer as the scalp turns into nothing, right? So it's the design wise, yeah, the gap hasn't changed and the exposure hasn't changed, but they've changed that angle of they've changed the angle of the spring. And then that scallop is allowing your blade your blade get closer to the skin because it's allowing the lather to flow through it. And it also is actually kind of feathered out at the end. So it's a lot thinner towards the base where the blade is touching the skin. If that makes any sense. I'm not an engineer here. I'm just trying to give you everybody the kind of insights that I've gotten from them. It does shave different for me. And that is one thing I just really want to call out. I would hate for somebody to buy the razor thinking it shaves the same as the V1 and get it and throw some, like, you know, feathers in it and go, oh, it shaves much more aggressive. Yeah, it's just, for me, there is some blade fill, and the razor was actually designed. I talked to David and he said the goal was that you want to really have to, like, you press down. You want to be able to engage the pivot. And I noticed as soon as I start really focusing on engaging the pivot, take a look here. I mean, you can see it's still very efficient. It takes the lather right off, but I feel like it's a little smoother. I feel like if you go into this and you don't pivot at all and you just let the razor do the work for you, because you're at that really, really steep angle, it's kind of like, it feels aggressive to me. That's just my opinion on the matter. Again, I did talk to them. The angle did not change. The dimensions did not change. They actually told me that if you were to take a cross section of the razor, right, take two of them, lay them on top of each other in AutoCAD, they would actually line up identically. So that portion of things did not change. What changed is the starting angle of the razor and the spring portion, along with the material towards the base of the cap. It is efficient and it has blade fill too. I can tell you that much. For me, it's like definitely a little less smooth than the original in this format. That's just this form, and that's on my skin, right? I know a lot of people that reached out and said they would like the razor to have more blade fill and more performance. This right here definitely should fit that request 100%. The people out there that have very, very mild skin, that do not want to go in and have a lot of irritation, or a razor that's more aggressive, I would say be weary. Definitely weary. use some mild blades because you're still going to get performance that looks like this. I mean, you're going to get that really close. This is 24 hours and you can just see it's murky in there. That murkiness, close shave, really close shave. Very, very, very easy to use. And again, like I said, I just kind of let the razor do some pivoting. And I've noticed if I start the pivot action towards the top of the razor, almost like the focus dynamic, right? As you're pivoting it, you want to kind of go in and let the razor just do the pivot towards the top and then let that get close to the skin rather than starting towards the bar. So rather than starting the pressure point here, I'm starting it more towards the top and letting it pivot in, like the focus dynamic. And with that kind of methodology, I'm getting a similar smoothness as the original, but a lot more protection than I was before. I want to mention that again. I have been playing around with it, and I had my wife play around with it. She definitely did some shaving and testing, and what she told me is it's close. She feels like the scallop bar, the pivot, the mechanism is close. She does not love the aesthetic of the spring. Of course, that is what everybody keeps mentioning. It doesn't feel quite as polished. But other than that, good, she said good shave. So she was able to use both side by side. Yeah, really nice. Very easy. Very fun razor to use. And very enjoyable as far as the protection goes from strike gold shaving. Wow! Yeah, I'm enjoying this. This is great. This is exactly what I would want from a pivoting razor, right? Just kind of zero effort, zero thought, and just letting the razor do the work for me. Oh my goodness. Very comfortable, very close, yet this kind of efficient. Look at the stubble coming off. Absolutely fantastic. That's 24 hours of just blown away. Absolutely blown away, lasered off again. That's going to be releasing here shortly. They're still working on tweaking a few things, this kind of deciding, pressure of the spring, things that are, able to be kind of changed and modified on the whim. But beautiful shave overall, very close. Very comfortable. I don't think you can get closer than that, to be honest. Oh my goodness. I love that when your skin just says, touch me. It's shiny. It just feels great. No irritation, no blotchiness. And we're not having any problems whatsoever here. Beautiful shave with those Derby Premium Blacks. Love that shave. We're grabbing ourselves a little bit of the Commando. Oh, just want to throw it on here. Get a smell. I'm telling you, the violet and iris, it smells really good and intermixed with the leather and the smoky tones of the wood. Oh my goodness. And I like the splash probably a little bit more than the actual soap because you get some of these other tones mixing in together. Beautiful shave. Absolutely bone close and legendary level. Oh, that was so much fun to do. Thank you so much for joining me. I love the razor. I do think that we are going to need to continue to tweak a few little things here and there. And I'm still playing around with it, right? I'm still doing some testing personally. Please understand this is only the second time I've used the razor, right? So I'm still kind of messing around with it here. But I love the concept of it. And come on, can we just give them one more shout out, one more huge high five? Massive thanks to Andy and to Jerry and to Strike Gold Shaving for allowing us to be a part of the release of Commando. Again, it smells just very enticing, very, I know they said seductive on the website, but for me, it's whimsical, it's light, it's very inviting. I like this a lot. It just doesn't smell like you would expect the label to, and I'm okay with that. Label's awesome, smells awesome, and man, I like that a lot. I really enjoyed it. Thank you again for being here with me. I'll see you guys in the next video. Please, if you haven't, go below, smash the sub button, let me know in the comments you enjoyed the content, and until I see you all again, I'm gonna get out and enjoy a perfect shave. Soon.